It seems if you stumble upon 2020 vision, we're sorry. Yeah, just kidding. We're happy. We're happy. We're always happy to see you guys. I'm Hector the Animator. This is Lenny.
Lenny Marine.
And right on the other side, and right on the other camera or the right side of the screen is.
You go first.
Wow. You go
No,
first.
you go,
yo,
man.
Oh, they're such
It
children,
would be
aren't
Slick.
they?
It would be Slick and Vincenzo.
My name's Vinny Alves.
And once again, 2020 vision.
It's Vincenzo, guys.
2020 vision. Trying to help old people understand what it's like to be us at this point in time. Although honestly, I don't think any of us would have thought we had to live through a plague. But anywho, guess what the most important thing happening this month is?
What is the
Democratic
most
Convention?
important thing?
Well,
Flag Day.
I don't know,
Flag
I guess like a minute. His phone needs like load stuff.
What?
I
What's
don't-
the Flag Day? What Flag Day is
Flag Day.
happening?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys. And I mean, welcome to 2020. But I was just looking up some trending topics, and they were bringing up H1N1, and they're bringing up the fact that H1N1. This is just a random sidebar topic. I'm so sorry.
So bringing up bird flu. So great. Now you're bringing up bird flu again.
Yeah, they're saying the H1N1 was not a pandemic because it didn't cause millions of unemployment, but the H1N1 was as big as I
I
would
mean,
say.
it's terrible. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was terrible, but it didn't cause as much as unemployment as the poor leadership that we're having right now with COVID-19.
Yeah, no,
I feel like because of poor leadership, I always bring it back to football because the Dolphins are a good team,
I don't know football.
but because of poor leadership, they don't do that well.
Oh, it's the coach's fault? The Dolphins' fault?
I say it's
I
the
don't know.
supporting staff. It's
I
not
don't
the
know.
talent that's
I don't know,
playing
maybe
on
they
the
tried
field.
Running it the other side is even stronger. They might win.
Because
I don't know.
Side?
I don't know. I don't play. I know. I don't watch sports ball.
Oh, yeah.
True, but I can put sports in a nutshell for you. Like the New England Patriots, right? The
I know,
champ
they're the
Tom Brady.
I don't know. What's their logo?
With the Patriot, with
Yeah,
the
they
guy
have,
with the face, silver face.
A hat.
That
But-
weird streaky head guy.
I put it in a nutshell for the ones that don't watch sports a lot. That team has six championship rings. I say
Something
yeah, I
like
will.
that.
Something like that. But I would say every time they face the Miami Dolphins, depending on who the Miami Dolphins have, they can be a good team, bad team. No. The Dolphins can be and everybody knows the Dolphins are sort of bad. Who would want to go out to a Dolphins game and actually root for the Dolphins to win? But I would do that. I'll be that one to do that. But for the atmosphere of those games, for those games, it's mostly either we win against them or they don't win against, or either we win against. We always split games with them. Because it's 2 games, and we either take both of the games or we split the games 1-1 with New England or this happens every year.
Oh, okay.
This is not it's a new current event thing, and it's I always put in the fact of how can they be so great, but they split games with the Dolphins every year, and if they don't split the games, Dolphins win the series, as in the regular series every time they face off.
Well, they're no longer the same team anymore.
So is it fixed or what?
I can't say it's fixed. I'm just saying how great do you think New England the team was? Because
they don't have Brady anymore.
me being up there in the Northeast, everybody they spoke of them so highly, they're the most promising team of the NFL. But I'm in actuality, you guys split games with the worst team in your division,
Okay,
which is the Dolphins.
Is it sad that right now I'm just trying to find some kind of equivalent in pro wrestling? 'Cause that's really the only sport that I can actually understand.
Pro wrestling.
Oh.
Real wrestling.
No.
No, fake.
Yeah, of course. I know.
Okay,
I know it's.
pro.
I know it's fake, but it's fun to watch. Much like I imagine actual sports are supposed to be.
I would say I put it in perspective of wrestling, Hector.
Popular.
A Rey Mysterio in a Big Show. Everybody's not
Yeah, Big-
expecting
Yeah,
Rey
Big Show's
Mysterio to win that bout, but every time they face each other within
They just want
a
a good match.
wrestling meetup,
Yeah, no, it doesn't really
they
matter. who's
always
I mean, we all know neither one are going to take any championships, but they're fun to watch.
correct. I would say Rey Mysterio but it's never
Follow it?
But here's the thing. But by comparison, I mean the Patriots would probably be Roman Reigns, and nobody likes Roman Reigns.
True. But every time Roman Reigns faced somebody like an adamant, I wouldn't know all the wrestlers now, but like an adamant opponent, like that is clearly like everybody would think it was a walkover opponent. Roman Reigns get beat. If you really think about it.
I mean, if we're just trying to go with the comparison, I think I see your point.
Yeah, and that what is it? That's why based on like poor leadership. I feel like if we would have had the correct leadership.
Yeah, but you don't want McMahon running the Dolphins though.
No, not the Dolphins. I just brought up the Dolphins just to bring up a sport reference, but like with H1N1. And like it didn't actually put anybody out of like unemployment as right now with coronavirus and
that is true. I mean,
the pandemic. It was sort of kind of like a pandemic, but everything was still
managed.
Everybody was still being cautious. I feel like because of good leadership,
What do you think about the leadership of the Miami Heat? Do you follow them, Miami Heat?
Of course, I follow them.
They play today, I heard.
Yeah, they play today.
Is basketball the one with the sticks?
Hmm?
Is basketball the one with the sticks?
Sticks?
Basketball holds sticks. What are you talking about? What are you saying?
The one in the net and the sticks, and they throw a bunch of people on roller skates just trying to hit the little ball around. The ball around.
What's that movie? Rollerball?
Oh no, I know like
I'm just trying to troll you.
I know the fun thing.
I'm just trolling you guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I know what basketball is.
I was just about to bring up like bringing up basketball, like I would like doing those basketball dunks as in like if there was a trampoline in front of me, like I'll be the guy to like the mascot on the halftime show.
Naturally.
Correct.
Oh.
But like poor leadership guys with the H1N1. No, not H1N1 because
Miami.
clearly what I don't want to look back on the administration, but I should. But clearly it was some good, well-focused people in that situation, but with poor leadership with this coronavirus and what's going on with the pandemic, H1N1 could have been H1. If you really think about it, H1N1 could have been like a pan.
Who should be leading against the fighting against COVID? So that we need better leadership. You need anybody in the.
I feel like me with my like I say complex mind. I'll say just blow up the whole, not literally blow up. Okay, guys,
okay.
Not literally blow
So
up. But everybody is fired. We bring in a new regime. We bring in a new regime, probably led by Miss Alexandra Ortiz Cortez. I just don't know her name. I'm so sorry for butchering your name, but led by her and led by everybody that I would say in the right state of mind of her.
Yeah.
Because they call her like
Most people don't know
you
her.
heard what they call her in the Senate. It was a guy. Like, why would you say something like that?
I know that. I know
you're a politician.
Part of me actually kind of wonders if the American Senate was anything like other country senates, which pretty much, if you ever go on YouTube and watch like how other countries have their versions of senates, like certain Eastern Bloc countries or Taiwan, especially the Taiwanese ones, those are actually really funny to watch when you think about it. That if they just straight up go uncensored World Star Def Jam at each other, you would admit C-SPAN would be a lot more fun to watch and more people would get more interested in politics.
No, seriously.
Because I do remember that. And I'm going to tell from the expression of her face that the thing that she actually said was not the thing that she wanted to say.
That's what I felt. That's what I felt too when she was stating her case, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure he said worse, but I feel like she polished it so much that, not saying that she wanted to, but it's kind of like.
But the question is, if she had, would we all be rooting for her?
I was already rooting for her before the fact, because being that I was in the Northeast when I heard actually about her, and I'm like, wow, she has actually like she's putting her feet to the ground, all that. She's just doing she's doing something like people around my age should be doing. That's why I always like entice people to vote and to make sure that you have the correct elective people in your community in office that you would want, because if you don't, you're going to be complaining about an administration that really, they can only do so much, especially in DC. They can only do so much. You can write to the president and say, hey, why is this situation going on? But you didn't pay attention to like your local or your community what is it,
municipal, like
you didn't pay attention to your like
district or whatever.
basically like
like
the people that you hire on the lower end
Yeah.
literally can get things done for you.
What do you think about the Green Deal she created? Right? Isn't she part of that green climate change? Like
Miss
Alexandria
Alexandria
Cortez.
Is
Cortez.
she like considered like the writer of that bill? Or something?
I don't know. It's been, I don't know. That news came out, I think, I want to say 2 years ago. But I remember.
About like changing from electric instead of using gasoline anymore. She wants to get rid of that.
Get
Cars
rid.
be all electric. I think.
I don't know. I don't blame her because like if you would look, I would say can't say if you would look, but I'm pretty sure in like I would say the newer builds and me coming from Boston, a lot of people go green.
Yeah.
Like with their smart homes and everything, they go green. They have solar panels on top of their homes.
Yeah.
Much-
That's what she's talking about too. I think.
Yeah,
I know,
it's
it's
like
okay.
like I will go to I'll take a weird left turn in like a weird cul-de-sac type place, and then you'll just see all smart homes.
Yeah,
And
but
I
that's-
can tell that they're weirdly smart homes because they're shaped like weird compound. Everybody, if
They look like-
anybody seen a modern home, but you seen the solar panels
Do they
on
look
it.
like the caps? Do they look like they were built by Capsule Corp?
Correct. Like Elon Musk was a part of the design. Yeah.
I was
Yes.
more. I
You
was
know?
more. I was saying more with Dr. Briefs, but that's just my
Yeah,
experience.
slick. I got some. Remember
Yeah.
a time we drove around your neighborhood? We saw this one
Yes.
nice looking house, like weird, but
Tell them the story. I mean, you want me to tell it or you?
yeah, you
can
go,
tell
man.
it?
You go. You're better at this.
Like I would say, what is it? I was driving around. This is the time like me and Vinny were hanging out on a weekend, and we was driving around, and basically the house was, I'm pretty sure it was knocked down and redone, but it was basically made as a modern home, practically gentrifying, like making sure that everybody knows the status quo of like what's going on, because I don't know why homes can't just look like homes
It looks
nowadays.
So what does a home look? But what does a home look like though?
but it looks so out of place though.
Expression?
It looked out of
It's
place
a
in the
self-expression.
scenery that it was in, because the
Like-
homes that were there were regular homes,
Like built 19.
yeah,
Like built
they-
19.
they
Like
all
built
had-
1980. Like built 1980 suburbs kind of house.
Correct.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
yeah, basically like that. But that home looked like it was picked from like some higher end gated community and just put there.
It's out of place.
It didn't make any sense to the point that it was like Vinny looked at it and was like,
Why?
Looks almost alien, honestly.
it looks really like you look like a sore thumb in
So
this
that-
neighborhood.
So that kind of raises interest. So now you brought that up, kind of brings an interesting question between. I just heard something. Never mind.
Go ahead.
That kind of brings up something. That's kind of interesting point. A lot about the idea of like going green. But going green also kind of doesn't just boil down to the sort of car you're driving, or what's powering your city grid, or in the case of Miami, within the next 50 years, where we're getting our fresh water. A lot of things just kind of go to how do you build, as in how are you going to build those things. New York is kind of a prime example of this because in some of the places outside the cities, you do starting to see those kinds of buildings, those smart houses, those eco-efficient kind of things. But if you bring that to a place where millions of people are living, how do you do that without alienating the people already living there?
I wouldn't know, but I feel like the fact that they will bring it to a city, especially to my community, is kind of like telling the people, yeah, the status quo bar has risen. So
Okay.
either you get like in the homes right next to it weren't that bad, but you can tell that that home was out of place, and either we get with the times and like try to fake, because
But again, in some places, the cheapest housing you can get is clearly not going to be. It's clearly going to be older. And it's clearly not going to be the most eco-friendly.
yeah.
So if you're going to replace all of that, how are you going to balance out the still relatively cheap for that place, even though now everything's going to be, all the technology, all the things that's going in the house is going to make it double the cost. They'll be
Still
too
slick,
expensive.
Yeah.
They'll be too
Like,
expensive. That's sort of
is it being
that's
green
same issue-
gentrification
same
a
issue that
big
came with
difference?
Gentrification back like 2
Hold
decades
on.
ago.
We gotta ask them because they
Like,
were.
isn't being green and gentrification like a big difference?
There is a big difference. There is a big difference, and honestly, I do think that they don't have to go hand in hand.
They really don't.
They
I feel like
really
they're kind of
don't.
using that as a front of making things look nicer, but ironically more
Yeah,
expensive.
because there was this one concert, and I can speak. I can't say I speak upon it because,
You can only speak
I
from
did-
your perspective.
yeah, from my perspective, it's called Lyrical Lemonade,
Never been.
and it was in like Chicago.
I don't know who's playing.
Lyrical Lemonade. This is a hip hop concert, so
Oh,
there's
that's
a
what
lot of
I wouldn't know.
hip hop, a lot of a
Rap.
lot of pop songs, a lot of alternative music that I listen to, guys. But it was nice. But I
Yeah,
have
I
to
have
say
full
the
jazz and death
Lyrical
metal.
Lemonade was based like what is it? It was based in Chicago though. I would say the most dangerous part of Chicago. The most like when you hear about shootings
Oh.
in Chicago, those areas. Not like put in like a good. I think they were trying to make sure like whoever wants to go to that concert or festival. No, it was a festival. Like they wanted to gentrify people coming to that area and actually, building up the community. But I'm like, you're kind of putting people in harm's way, trying to gentrify. Clearly, I would have to say a war zone, because like you're bringing a bunch of kids, and there's so much kids that went from Massachusetts, from the surrounding areas, to go to this music festival.
Massachusetts is near Chicago.
No,
Who knew?
Massachusetts. I can't say it's near to Chicago, man, but
It's not.
it's
It
it's
really
already
isn't.
up there. So I'm pretty
It
sure
really
they took
isn't.
road trips.
It's not.
They took road trips. They took road trips, or they took a plane ride to there. But I knew people like that actually flew out to, because they like music festivals, and
Yeah,
I kind of had to like be grown into music because I really never understood them until I'm like, wow, music festivals are really nice. You see all the characters at a music festival.
Hey, Len, you been in music festival before?
Yeah, a long time ago. I was at this one. Wyclef Jean was there. It was like a Haitian festival in Miami. And who else?
You
was
had some
there?
Haitian food?
Well, you know Wyclef Jean. You know him, right?
Yeah, you had
sang
some
like
Haitian
s-
food?
What?
You had some Haitian food? Just asking.
No, they had food. It was like a concert. And it was like,
No food there?
No,
you didn't get no
wasn't
food?
a festival then, because it was just a big concert.
Oh, okay.
Have you been to a music festival though?
Yeah, any
for music?
festival, like concert or anything.
That's what I was mentioning. That reminded me of a big concert, like he was talking hip hop concert. I also one time I worked as an usher at a 50 Cent concert.
Really?
At the one in Sawgrass. What's it called? BB&T Center.
Oh,
cool.
well, we used to be Atlantic. We used to be Atlantic. The Atlantic Center.
They changed it. They changed the name a lot of times.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw him on stage.
And
And people were smoking like weed in the facility, and
Why wouldn't
they were
they be?
telling me, I was like, I'm not security, I'm just an usher. They're like wanting me like to arrest somebody or something, take them out of there. Some people are ratting on them.
That's
like,
nice. That's a nice experience.
Wow.
So what?
But
So what?
50
gentrification.
Cent, he raps raps so fast and he mumbles it, you can't really hear him. But everybody in the whole crowd is all saying the lyrics. You can find
Yes.
them in the crowd.
Yes.
So it was
But
pretty fun.
gentrification can be bad to a certain extent. I feel like they're trying to push the status quo bar and trying to force you to be in their spectrum when you're really trying not to be in a box, because you're really trying to do good and be green as possible, or green as you can be.
It can be
But
done.
they're forcing you to say, hey, you're not doing it the right way. Like the weird. I'm not saying this to all Prius drivers, okay? I'm not saying this to all Prius drivers or hybrid drivers, but when they do have like a car,
It's-
a hybrid car, and feel like
Thanks.
I'm saving the community.
It's like
I
the-
understand.
It's
that
like
you're
that
saving
episode of
the
South.
Yeah, I
It's
was
like the
thinking
episode of
the same
South
thing
Park.
too.
You're again. You can have an electric car and not be smug about it.
I was
Yeah.
saving the earth and everything.
Correct.
Thanks.
Correct. Because
Same.
I know somebody that like, what is it? She has a Model 3 Tesla, and then she I save the community.
Yeah, the only thing more green. The only thing
And
greener
then she
than
talks
Tesla's a
about
horse, Let's
speed.
be honest.
She
You guys
talks
aren't worried
about
about climate
speed
change
with
or
me.
I mean, some people are worried about climate change. They're like really enthusiastic.
consider-
They think
well,
they're scared.
Well, considering that
people like
well,
guns.
considering that most of my extended family lives on an island out in the middle of the Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
and the majority of the island is below sea level, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be gone. They'll probably be gone within the century. within about a century.
Unless we do something, right? Unless there's the Green Deal. Or,
Yeah,
I
this.
don't know. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
unfortunately at
what
this.
can we do?
Yeah, unfortunately at this point, certain parts of the world are just
Drowning.
Some people don't believe in it.
irreparable. Well, they won't believe it until it starts
Correct.
happening, and then
Well,
they're
ice
just
caps
and then
are
they're
bad.
going to start. And guess what? You know what they're going to do? They're going to start. You're going to start complaining. They're going to start blaming other people, pointing the finger at other
Like
people.
like when Florida goes underwater, guys. Like
yeah, but
we're
let's
at
face it,
sea
Florida.
level.
Who's going to miss this
Like
place?
the movie
Yeah.
Waterworld.
That's
Telling
it.
you.
Water
You're
world,
the
that's
movie
it.
Waterworld.
I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah.
I will miss it once the
think it's gonna
gators
happen?
start
It's inevitable?
infesting. Once
Yeah.
the
It's
gators,
inevitable. It's gonna
huh?
happen.
Huh? I feel like that's gonna happen at a
think you
certain
can't
point in
stop it?
time.
It can be. Here's the thing. It's not that it can't be stopped. It's just that it's going to take a Herculean effort to stop this. And
Correct.
like I said, the phenomena that happened later, happened the first month of COVID, where supposedly the sheer level of air pollution in certain cities just got
Oh yeah.
cut by half. That's gonna have to, something like that's gonna have to happen for the next
Oh.
5 years just to rebuild sea ice. And even then, that's not taking into account things like melted glaciers on mountain
Yeah,
tops,
they're melting, yeah.
on mountaintops, or even the fact that even during that period where air pollution was decreasing, there was still a hotspot over the Antarctic that still continue. That's only to melt the Antarctic. So at this point, it's it's the only answer I can think of is the one that Tom Cruise said in The Martian. We're gonna have to science the ever loving hell out of this.
I refuse.
The
Wait,
science? What, the science?
Not the science,
Martian,
but
isn't that with Matt Damon? You mean?
Oh, that's right. It's Matt Damon. I
That's
got them
right.
confused.
That's all right. No,
I get
didn't-
them
I saw
confused.
some-
it's okay.
I get confused. They're both actors from the 80s who still look like they're in their 30s.
I just know that like with this coronavirus, I feel like everybody's gonna be entering the matrix
Matrix.
because of technology.
I mean, technically.
So
we
like
were
Ready-
like
So it's
we-
more like, so in other words, it's more like Ready Player One.
Ready
One.
It's a
Player,
great
yeah,
thing, man.
basically
Let's
like
say
Ready
that.
Player One. But everybody's going to be entering the matrix soon. And if you say that you're not entering the matrix, you are tuned into 2020 Vision.
How do you
So,
know we aren't already in the Matrix?
I'm trying to tell you,
Get
but
outta here.
yeah, but I would say like technology will be a big thing. So it's kind of like, just like we pointed out gentrification and gentrification and how like people are pressing to actually move the community, but
You can't do
those
you can't move,
communities-
You can't move a
those-
community. It's too
Yeah.
many people.
yeah, those communities been there for like how long? And
The
people
generation-
people have been renovating those homes, but mostly on the inside because the houses have good bones. Like
House-
basically my home. Like we just redid roof, redid paint, redid outside.
I know the houses.
It's kind of like the house is just like a regular home. I don't understand why you don't want it. It's HGTV.
Yeah.
It's HGTV
Shame
and
on
all
you,
these
FT.
false lies.
Shame on you.
Magnolia Homes.
Shame on you, house flipping. Shame on you, house
Magnolia
flipping.
Homes,
Chipping Joanna
house
Gaines.
flippers, all of that weird, I love the curb appeal. I never heard of, it's my mom too, because she watches that. I
never
don't understand.
I never watched that channel. Listen in a doctor's office. Let's be honest.
Correct. But I feel like it's all the, the fact that, we do watch TV, HGTV is I feel like it's a big influence because me working at Home Depot, a lot of people always come in for this one thing that I'm pretty sure they only saw on HGTV.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it, guys.
Yeah,
There's
so
one thing that
what?
you only see on HGTV
Only
that
thing.
nobody
Yeah.
that
Goggles.
nobody really wanted.
So nobody wants. So you're not gonna tell where they can find all the bottle caps so they can make that bottle cap countertop for their kitchen anymore. Are you?
No, they're not gonna tell you that, but it's like this door. It's called the barn door.
So,
It's a door on a track outside of
I
the
know how
door.
barn door.
The one that moves.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a
it's
sliding door, but
it's
just
like
a barn
it's like
door.
A cage. They have like a little
Correct.
mesh. Really.
But those,
Correct.
but wasn't those things like
I
built
never-
for like? Aren't those like built for larger doorways?
Correct.
This is fancy.
And
thing.
some people nowadays,
Much
like they will come to me and they'll try to contract, like how do I build a barn door? Is there
Well,
is
first,
there a correct
the answer.
way?
Well, first you got to open up your door frame by another door frame.
That's why I usually tell them. And then they're looking at me like I just can't do it with the regular door frame. Like basically take this door
Well, you
frame
could.
out.
Well, you
and
can't
then put a
theoretically
whole
do
barn
that. It's just
door.
you're gonna have to put another hinge. Well, you could theoretically do that. You just need to get a regular door, cut in half, and put another hinge there.
Theoretically, you can't do that.
It will look awkward,
But-
and it'll look awkward. It'd be very easy to break into, but it will look nice.
But that's just not the style of like the Miami Vice feel of the Tri-County. Like there's
Miami Vice.
no need
Tri-County?
for barn doors.
I never heard Florida being referred to as a tri-county.
Like
before.
like with like Tri-County, the Miami Vice feel of Florida.
I'm Miami
like
Vice
it's-
feel of Florida. I understand.
It really, it's just not.
It's a
I
city
just feel
of-
like it's not the scene.
Yeah, no,
of
the
where
city's
we
somehow
should
still stuck
be
in the 80s.
asking for what we see on TV. You know, it may look nice on TV.
Yeah, well, a lot of things look
Yeah.
nice on TV.
Yes,
It's like cosplay. It's like cosplay. Yeah, it looks nice, but it's not practical.
correct. Because like I'm pretty sure like everybody. I'll say everybody. What is it, Vinny? I kind of asked you this question, and I already know that where you're gonna go with this answer. But like, if I would ask you guys, like, yeah, you have all the money in the world, and then you buy the car that you want, or like you buy the place that you want. At a point in time,
Yeah, you don't
the
wanna ask me
car
that
the
question.
car's gonna be just a car.
You never want
It's
to ask
not
me that
gonna
question.
be. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
like what you wanted. Like, oh my
Two
gosh,
words.
I have it. It's not.
Grass is greener on the other side.
Well, no, I was just gonna say. I was just gonna say, if I had all the money in the world, I'm totally starting my own
And you-
my own
and you,
shadowy
Vinny-
network of assassins. But
And
that's
you,
not the
Vinny,
thing
you told
entirely.
me like, you
Oh, don't worry. They only go after politics.
because the
Don't-
car's a
don't go after
car
politicians.
regardless.
Yeah. Like, wait,
Like-
what car you want to get, dude?
Me,
Yeah.
I feel like at a point in time, if I do get big enough and I do make the residuals I'm supposed to make, what is it? The car I'm gonna get is probably like a Merc, but I feel like at a point in time, the Mercedes is gonna be like a regular car to me.
Trey and McLaren. Supposedly, Trey and McLaren.
But at a point in time, the McLaren might just be a regular car. Like,
is a regular
out of-
car.
Like keep driving it at a point in time. I get used to like the things that the McLaren does, and I know about the McLaren technology. They're brilliant over in McLaren because they use like, it's weird how they. I'm
much
a
does it
I'm a
cost?
big car head
Money.
because I go.
It
I'm-
costs money. That's
million?
Yeah, I'm a
costs
big
money.
I'm a big car head, guys. Just to let you know, because I do fascinate myself looking at European cars and how they made them and what's the story behind them. American cars, I would say American cars too, but American cars sometimes their history is just like
I want to build a car and
it's
I built
very
one.
bland to me.
I want a car and I built one.
What would you
Yeah.
say the best brand name car?
I know, unfortunately.
Best brand name car,
All right.
Dr-
Well, at
You
least
have
your
a
favorite.
one?
At least your favorite one.
Okay.
Alfa Romeo.
Honestly, it's a pretty good.
Before they created the new Alfa Romeos.
honestly,
Alfa
yeah,
Romeo was like a nice little four-cylinder Italian car, and you know Italians have pizzazz, so they know how to make a car.
They have style. They certainly got
Yes,
style.
they have style, and
But they certainly do like. They certainly do like engineering.
correct.
engineering
That's why they
know-how.
go to the Germans.
Exactly.
That's why they go to the Germans. Make the engineering, and then they style it.
Yeah.
Look how they shake hands.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. In between just watching three middle-aged Englishmen be dicks to each other.
But
Anywho,
yeah,
unfortunately, we don't have all.
but
day
I have
talk
to
about
say the
cars.
car. Like, if I would buy an expensive car, the car would be a car at a certain point in time. Like, there'll be no
There's
need.
always a better car, no matter what. There's always
If I get a better car,
There it is.
it'll be I'm pretty sure until
Yeah, one turns
until
out-
that one gets old, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is a regular car again.
Yeah, until the one that turns into a giant robot.
gotta keep up with the
I wouldn't be satisfied
with
until
the,
it turns into Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Hector's right. I wouldn't be satisfied until it turns into Bumblebee.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
Before
you-
Michael Day or after Michael Bay?
I would say
I just want to turn into a giant. My case just want to turn
before
into a
Michael
lion,
Bay,
turn into a robotic
Yeah.
lion. But that's just me.
Oh, yeah.
most definitely, because I wouldn't be happy.
Look, but like I said, we don't really have all day to talk about cars, politics,
Seriously.
or whether or not the green movement has to go hand in hand with gentrification.
But we can all agree that with good leadership comes
This
better results.
Yeah, at least
Or,
you have to understand. Yeah, someone at least understands that being in charge of something means being in charge of something.
we all gotta be accountable. We all are part of this America, so we all gotta we gotta make changes ourselves. We gotta take initiative too, right?
No, don't we all? And Vinny,
Any final thoughts, Vinny?
Hold on, give me a sec. I gotta leave.
Yup, it is. I'm just so.
Nothing.
And that was it for 2020, guys. Stay tuned for some more 2020 that's coming back on. I think Hector can tell you the time. I wouldn't.
Well, see you. Well, maybe Thursday, maybe next week. Next week. That's the beauty of the show. The show is so improvised. It's so improvised that even we don't know when it is. But normally it's on. But either way, it's at 10:30. Yeah, it's at 10:30.
Correct.
So keep watching. 2020 Vision, AMP Productions, and stay tuned. We will have another show on. So, on behalf of us,
We the people.
We the people that need good leadership, we will be out.
oh.